broke the screen protector.
Yes.
When you did that, you took him by the hand and you removed him from the classroom.
Yes, I brought him to Mr. West's classroom across the hall. I asked her to call for on her walkie-talkie, and Mr. Rawls and Miss
Hello. Hello, hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm eating a donut. I'm eating a donut. My son brought home donuts and gave me a donut. So I've eaten a full. I'm losing it. I'm totally losing it. Maybe it's the blood sugar. Maybe it's the blood sugar. Because I go on these these shoots, filming shoots. Greetings. Hello there. I'll say hello to everybody in a second. I can't believe I just ate that. That was like so wrong. That's like so wrong. Where are we? We're here. We're right there. Thank you. I guess I'm over here. Well, thank you very much for coming, everybody. Thank you for coming. This is the end of the line for me. I've lost my sense of humor. I talk to people. They don't laugh. They think I'm horrible. They think I'm horrible. Anyway, I was on a film today, another shoot. So that's 3 days. I had to wake up. I mean, I could have slept until 4 but I slept for like 3 hours. So I can't. I don't even know what I can't do, but I can't do it. I cannot do it. So what I'd like to do is to say hello. I want to talk about my today. I want to talk about the civil war that's coming, which I guess could include in the UK the election poll results. I don't know what that's going to mean. I don't know what it's going to mean. That's the big news, you know. And in America, in the USA, it's the killing of the soldiers. So because we have a National Guard, each state has its own military force. The right to have a militia, which also means the right to have guns, guns are one of the best things about America. And I never had a gun. We could talk about guns. I mean, I don't know if it'll turn out okay. I'm in one of those ways today. I'm not getting enough sleep. So I had to wake up. So I slept like 3 hours. I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I went to the location, which was in central London, real fantastic, and on Hatton Street, on Hatton Garden. Hatton Gardens. I don't know what the street is called. We stayed in the Charter House. Which is like an old monastery. I think that's what it is. It's an old monastery. Have you ever done work in the Charter House, producer? The Charter House. I don't know. I'm just interested. You haven't been there then. The Charter House. It's like an old monastery. I know you don't have to, but I just can say yes. Anyway, so thank you, Gnome. Good to see you, Gnome. Good to see you, Claire. Good to see you, Joe. And that's it. That's all we've got. We're gonna have lots of people come in. I didn't rob any jewels, but there are all these jewelry shops there. They're selling expensive jewelry, you know, $5,000 rings and 10,000-pound watches, and the area looks too run down for this. It looks too run down. The Hatton Garden. I don't know. I recommend going there and I recommend visiting the Charter House because it's really, that area is very interesting. Right by the Barbican, right by Snow Hill bus stop, right across the way from Blackfriars. I don't know if you know London well enough to know what I'm talking about. And then we were at Charter House, where they look over what you're wearing, and they approved of what I was wearing. And if you want to see what I'm wearing, you can go to Twitter at Lewis Schaffer on Twitter. but this is one word, Lewis Schaffer on Twitter. Hey, he looked like he did. Yeah. It's a movie that's being, I don't even know if I'm allowed to discuss it. Who knows? It's a movie being directed on, you can Google it yourself. I'm not going to mention the name. You could Google it yourself. But if you can mention movies that are filmed in central London, Kermit is here. Good to see you. And you can see what movie it is. It's starring a famous person who I don't know. I should have checked what he looks like. I don't even know what the guy looks like. I've heard his name. I don't know if I've seen him before. Let me see if I could see what he looks like. I'm not going to tell you what his name is. I don't know who this guy is. Let's just see. I'm going to see. That's videos. That's who he is. He's 48 years old. He's born in Hammersmith. Oh, I see. I see who he is. I see who he is. He played. Yeah, he's quite famous. Okay, even I've seen him. I saw him in a little bit in one film where he played. Anyway, I don't know if I should discuss it or not. So I did that. Anyway, so the donut is the enemy. Yeah, it's the enemy. I've had a very high carb diet, and I haven't had enough love today. I'm irritating people. Man, maybe they like me. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't even weigh myself this morning, but I've gained about 1 kilo, possibly, maybe less. I don't know, because I haven't eaten that much. Carrie B is here. Good to see you. And MC Scott, good to see you. Thank you very much. So I was in central London, and we got done relatively early. I think because we were in central London, they ended early. If we were in a studio like Pinewood, I call it Pine Lawn for my career. Keith Bexley is here. Nice shirt. Yeah, it's an expensive shirt, which I got in a charity shop. And it ended early, and I raced back here. To be with you people, and which is good through London, and Joodles is here. You haven't had enough love. You sound like a Jen's. It's not that I haven't had enough love. It's that people maybe have misinterpreted me talking to them as being annoying, possibly, or evil, possibly. That's what I feel. And I guess because I just assume people are gonna like me, but I'm an old white guy, and even the old white guys don't like me that much. You guys, I don't know. You probably can't understand that because you go, "Oh my God, we love Lewis." I don't believe that either. But I think that's what it is. This is not giving me not being love. Oh, Lewis Schaffer. It's just sort of being able to banter. That's what the English word is. It's banter. I'm bantering, kind of, sort of. I'm bantering, kind of, sort of. I mean, there'll come a time when they're not going to invite me to be on any movie set. They're not going to invite me. They're going to think we don't want this guy there. And I'll get even. It's almost there now. I got two gigs tonight this week. But who knows if that's going to you do tolerate me, maybe because you know me. You know that I do mean evil in a way. I don't really mean that much evil. I don't mean that much evil, but I mean a bit of evil. If you listen to what I say, it could be could be perceived as being evil. It's also the subjects that I talk about. It's none of my business to talk about this stuff. Banter. Fireman, firewoman, fireperson. How is that banter? Oh, Jesus Christ, Lewis, can you stop? No, I'm not wallowing. I'm not wallowing. Is that, a lot of people out there, nothing ever bad happens to them. And especially, I'm going to say this, they can't, or it hasn't happened yet, where you are disliked. Because most people go through life, they want to be liked, and then they get disliked, and then they think, what did I do? What did I say that was wrong? Maltese Phil says, I must have been evil in a past life because of all the shits that's been happening lately. Yeah, maybe, Maltese Phil. That's quite possible. I don't believe that, actually, but, I mean, I don't blame other people for them not liking me. I blame myself. I said this when I first came on this show 5 minutes ago, whatever, 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. I said I've lost my comedic timing. I used to be able to talk to people, and they used to laugh. Okay, Kermit. And Kermit, that's quite funny, Kermit. Lewis, bad stuff happens all the time, but hey, we just have to get on with it and rise above it. Yeah, of course we do. I'm not giving up. I'm not committing self-aliveness. I'm going to go on. But you have to, in order for you to get on with anything, you've got to recognize shit. You got to recognize what's happening. People don't like me. I should be quieter. I should pretend that I'm the new I always think that people know me. Only one person, two people there knew me. Only two in this out of hundreds. And it was a very crowded with car chasing, motorcycles, a bank robbery. You didn't hear of the fireman who lost his job because he didn't remind someone not to say fireman. So the firewoman got £52,000 for being woke. I didn't hear that. No, I didn't hear that, Ron Smith. Good to see you there. I didn't hear that. That's horrible. That's horrible. Kate Gwynn is here. Evening, all. Hello, Lewis. That's me. Thank you for wishing me hello. Okay, so what are we doing? I heard that. Anyway, the point is, here is the point. The point is we have to admit when people don't like us, and we've got to take some responsibility for it. If he was told 1,000,000 times to call everybody fire person, okay, then that, she's right to collect the money. If that's the decision that was made. If it's not and then he's got to say to himself, you know what, I forgot, and I'm going to try to do better in the future. Or maybe this sounds bad. I don't know if it sounds bad. Does it sound bad? The point is, according to Gnome with a G, the point is that there is no point, Lewis. You just had a bad day. It happens. It happened the other day, too. It isn't like just had a bad day. I've had bad weeks. You could say that. Well, I've had a bad day today. Okay, what do you do if it's a bad day, Gnome? What do you do if it's a bad day? You've got to say to yourself, I've had a bad day. How do you don't forget about it. You say, I'm going to focus in the future. I'm going to focus for better work in the future. But you have to deal with it. I mean, a lot of people go through life and and I've gotten into arguments with Lucy and Joodles about this. I've said I believe in personal responsibility. Even if your personal responsibility is less than 1% of the event, you still have to have personal responsibility. My left eye turned things sour for me, but I'm getting over it. What happened with your left eye? I missed that. You cheer yourself up. Have something nice to eat. I've been eating all day. The food that they provide. And there's lots of like extra stuff that I had. I had 2 Tesco's trifles. I had 2 apples. I had a donut. I had rice. I had rice today. Make sure I write that down. I had rice today. Will I have had, and then I had a teaspoon of sugar in my tea. I had many cups of tea. You have to be strong, Lewis. I would say that about most things, strength and self-worth are all you need. They're not all you need, but they're an important consideration, Claire. Claire is right. It's been a fairly crappy decade, to be honest. Like the last one, the 90s, and the 2000 and the 00s were okay. Yeah. But the past is always better than the present, unless the past was like war. War. Maltese film says this. Retinopathy has caused a blob line in my left eye that's blue in the daylight and other colors at night. Well, I had retinopathy. I had breaking of blood vessels in my eyes, and then I went low carb. So can I recommend that? I'm not perfect with the retinopathy. I know exactly what it is. But you have to do is you've got to stop. I don't know whether are you on a keto diet? Are you on a keto diet, MC Scott? That's what you need to do. The old chestnut. This is what Judel says. Even if it's less than 1%. What does it even mean? Who declares what percentage it is? I'm just using that as an example, as a way of gauging it. You could say, something bad happened to you. And you could say, well, maybe I shouldn't have been at that place at that time. When I knew that maybe I should have paid more attention in that place at that time. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean you take total responsibility for something. 1%, it's just, I don't even know what that's called. You know what that's called. Carrie B says, life is rough. Life is rough. Yeah. I totally agree, Ron Smith. The 90s were a dream compared to today. Yes, they were. The wall came down and they claimed the end of history, and the country got richer. And it was Tony Blair, and he was like Labor, and everyone was happy, and he was handing out money that he did not have. He was giving people, state-funded violin lessons, which a lot of people liked. I'm not going to say who I know that had that, but liked it. Is she playing it today? No, not on a keto diet. Thanks for your advice. Cutting carbs will in fact help. Thank you for saying that to me. That makes me feel better, that I feel like I've helped. I believe that cutting carbs. Now, you take a look at me today. I've had about 200 grams of carbs. 200 grams of carbs. Now, that's still only 50% of what I had when I was diabetic. And because I'm gonna like eat no more food for the day, I hope. Is there any more donuts left? Yeah, so thank you very much for saying that. Blair didn't turn up until halfway through 1997, but it still came in the 1990s. Yeah, so I'm not giving him credit for a booming economy. I give Margaret Thatcher credit for that. And then eventually people they became too rich or something, and the government became too generous with British people. And maybe that brought about the bad times. Pennies from Heaven. Who's seen that film or that TV show? I'm not going to eat any more food for the day. Are there any more donuts? Well, yes, because I just had a donut. It alerts every single cell in your body to eat more. Don't do it. Step away from the donuts, says Claire. Thank you very, very much. Vatanai is here. Good to see you. Regrets, Vatanai, especially dwelling on them, can be corrosive. Yes. Yes, they can be corrosive. Trying to let go of the past and thinking, I had sand kicked in my face is hard. We like excuses. Yeah, but you got to say, you know what? Today I had sand kicked in my face. What can I do to stop that from happening? And what can I do to F up the people who did it to me? How about that, Vatanai? Can I say that? Can I say that to myself? Can I say, what can I do to prevent me getting sand kicked in my face, Vatanai? And what can I do to punish the people who kick the sand in my face? Because it's partially my fault for being down at their level to allow me to have sand kicked in my face. Okay? When they were around. And secondly, they're not afraid of me because they're kicking sand in my face. You do what? Noam Hunter says both Blair and Thatcher made mistakes and good choices. It's hysterical to disregard one and worship the other. Margaret was more sane in terms of ideology, but the 2000s were not half bad. Well, no, they weren't half bad. But you know what? It's like, I'm not disregarding Margaret Thatcher's problems. And I'm not blaming Tony Blair for everything. Though I'd like to know what good he did. I'd like to know what good he did. He basically got George W. Bush, to invade Iraq. Do you remember that? Yeah, you could say, Carrie B, you're right, don't go to the beach. I'm not going to go to the beach again. And if I go to the beach, I'm going to make sure that I'm a muscle builder, that I'm strong, that I put the fear in people's minds so that they won't kick sand in my face. That's the answer. Life's a beach. Yeah, life's a beach. It is, life is a beach. There's sand on it. It's beautiful. The sun can come out. But sometimes if you don't prepare for the sun, let's say you're on a high carb diet and you spend too much time in the sun, it can be a problem. But let's say you're in a low carb, you don't even need to use sun cream. Carrie B, I'm with you 100%. Ron Smith says, I can give you muscle tips. Maybe I need muscle tips. I need to exercise more. Claire is giving me diet tips, and I need muscle tips. They were both the architects of our current situation in their own way. Yes, they were. Well, it's that old saying. Margaret Thatcher was very tough. She made a lot of very tough decisions that a lot of people didn't like. And then it brought about prosperity, right? And then Tony Blair came in and gave everything away. Is that true, what I'm saying? Is it true? I'm asking you now. Is it true what I'm saying? That Tony Blair gave away the golden riches of this country? Kermit, let's see, do you know? What do you say, Jules? Quite right, Ron. Are we Gnome didn't even turn up until 2006. Well, that means I've been here longer than he's been here. That means I've been here since 2000. July 27th, 2000. Pulling muscles from a shell. Yeah, remember that song? That's a sad song, I think. Thatcher gave quite a bit away. She gave quite a bit. Did she? She gave a lot to the police. I don't know much about it. I don't know. I should be more political than I am. That doesn't really take away from the argument, though. Today is built on debt, too. So was yesterday, and it will be that way tomorrow. Yeah, but you know what? The fact that this administration has to borrow 50 or 26, I think, what is it, 26 billion more dollars is really a bad sign. Gordon Brown gave it all away because of what Blair did, because Gordon Brown wasn't a great politician. He had a wonky eye. So he wanted to be liked, and basically, Tony Blair said he was going to stop being prime minister, and he didn't stop initially. So Gordon Brown forced him to resign. Gordon Brown by the Stranglers. I mean, people make mistakes. You know the story about that song, Golden Brown. Do you guys know the story? Is that it's about taking drugs, and what's his name announced it was about taking drugs, and because it was about taking drugs, the BBC refused to play it. And because the BBC refused to play it, what happened? It didn't reach number one. And the whole band was like furious at the guy who, let's see who that was. I know you're not interested in this. You may not be interested. Please be interested. Please pretend you're interested in this. Golden Brown BBC band. Okay. Well, this is what I heard. Let's see. There's only one thing here. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. What is this? This is like some super old thing. It said, but it didn't say who said that. The one I'm looking for the name. I'm looking for the name. Where is the thing? It's not here. Golden. It's not here. I thought this would be easier to find. Does anybody know which? It wasn't you Cornwall or you Cornwall. It was somebody else in the band. I'm looking one more place, and then we can move on. Maybe it was him who said that. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know who it was. Okay, I'm looking now. Let's get back onto the full screen. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Golden Brown was about heroin, Claire says. Who is the one who announced publicly that it was about heroin before, which prompted the BBC from stop playing it, which made it only reach number 2 when it could have been a number 1 hit record. Iraq was like Libya, despite predating it. Should Saddam have festered in the country much longer? If Saddam would be guilty of what they tried to get him. Maybe the WFD or some other rubbish, weapons of mass destruction. I don't know. Can you write that again? 6 badges is here. I don't need no stinking badges. You Cornwall said that he believed the song would have made it to the top spot if his partner Brunel had not told. Yes, that's right. That's what I heard. J.J. Bennell. There we go. Thank you very much, Jean-Jacques Bennell. You know, we all do stuff like that. I do stuff like that. I do stuff like that all the time. Should J.J. Bennell, whatever his name is, Have it, just admit it. I did a stupid thing. I shouldn't have mentioned it. I'm really sorry. I believe in apologies. I believe in saying you're sorry. I believe in doing what you need to do if you've done something wrong. Don't we all? Who doesn't? Who doesn't? But thank you very much. It's influenced by Take Five by Dave Brubeck. That's true. I don't know whether it's influenced by it, but you can see them. They interpolated Dave Brubeck playing Golden Brown. Golden Brown. I mean, is it like Take Five? Maybe it is like Take Five. Take Five was like the first jazz #1 hit in America. I don't know whether it was like a worldwide phenomenon, Take Five. So that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry myself. You should be sorry, but you also know that I appreciate you, MC Scott. I do appreciate you. But everybody does things. Yes. Yes. Lewis, you came here in 2000, right? By then, Blair's evil had already set in. Yes, it had already probably set in. People, like, they loved the guy. They thought he was a great guy. But, like, it's kind of like Obama. I was like, I didn't vote in that election, but I was really happy that Obama won. I felt good. I felt maybe we've made some peace with the African American black people. Okay? That's what I thought. I didn't realize that he was a traitor against America, that he was a communist, a horrible person. Okay. Kermit says the only thing Thatcher really clung on to was the Falklands. Well, that's important too, because if you let people take the Falklands, right, then they could take any part of Britain. They could take Ireland. Oh, wait a second. They did that already. Up the Junction and Labeled with Love, more melancholic. Yeah, Up the Junction is, for me, because I fought to see my kids, and I wanted to see my kids, is a really, really tragic song, Up the Junction. Thank you, Joe, for mentioning that. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, right. Carrie B. It's not a sad, but I associate those guys with a failure of me because I met them. I met everybody. I was comparing a show in Greenwich at the horse race. You know the Carrie B. You know the horse race. The horse, not the horse race in Greenwich. What is it called? It's not a horse. It's the Panto horse race. Let's see what this thing is. Panto horse race, Greenwich. You guys familiar with that? Is there any picture of me in this thing? No. I'm not even in any of these things. I like hosted it twice. I hosted it twice. Let's see if there's a picture. Can you see any of these? You probably can't see it. Can you see this thing? No, maybe it's like last year's or the year before. Or the year before. How come I don't have my picture isn't in any of these things? Are you guys familiar with this? I'm gonna hold on a second. Don't go anywhere, everybody. The guy who found it is his picture isn't here. That's so funny. Let me just see if if there's a picture of Lewis Schaffer in this thing. There's a picture of Lewis Schaffer, but where's the? No. There's a picture of Lewis Schaffer, but there's no picture of me with the horse race. There's pictures of Lewis Schaffer. There's a picture of me today. There's a picture of. I mean, that's not right. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so there you go. Rolling in my 5.0 with the rag top down so the hair don't blow. Okay, I knew that 5.0 is a car. It's like a Chevy or something. What does that mean, Ron Smith? Let's see what that means. Oh, it's from Ice Ice Baby. Yeah, well, that's. I mean, that was. He got really destroyed by that. I didn't know what song that was. Okay. You should never play Take 5 at a funeral, as the usual time signature takes away from the solemnity of the occasion. Okay. I tied half a coconut to the fence for the small birds, and a crow carried it off after I even tied it up. Clever things. Okay. Kate Gwynn comes in here and says, you could play it on the way out if the person was a fan. I think it would be nice. What song are you talking about? What song? I did backing vocals on the Squeeze album, Frank. Yes. Yes, I love those guys. I really just love, they were so, I don't know, they were brilliant. He sounds great. Mine is 23. Not at mine, I may forget. I don't know where, I think I've lost it. Proto is here. Hello, Proto. Yeah, I've had a hard week, and we're bringing on the weekend. Everything is going to be amazing. Ice-T is based. Yes, he is based. I saw a video about him. I mean, who knows what the story is. He says he was like hanging out with drug dealers and stuff like that. I don't know whether that's true or not. A lot of these people are like making stuff up, but it's quite possible. He was basically like OJ. He was like demonized in America. I don't know if he was demonized here, but people were laughing at him. Johnny Van Dam is here. Everybody, let's big round of applause for Johnny Van Dam. Brought the wife her first Christmas present today. A wooden leg. It's just a bit of stocking filler, really. That's a joke. Okay, thank you, John Van Dam. Thank you. It's a joke. Take 5. Dun, 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 dun. How does that go? Okay. Are those both one song, Carrie B? She doesn't have to shave if it's love. I don't know what that means. 2 different songs on the Frank album. Okay, 2 different songs. Warmelian is here. And Vatanai. This is a great day. I saw Squeeze in 1978, just before they were famous, as the third not important act. And look what happened. Yes, Joe says. Joe says she made Squeeze a star. You know, so they've been around a very long time. And it's weird. It's weird to be sort of famous. It's weird because it's like, once you're famous, you think, oh, this is going to last forever. And then it doesn't. It's very rare. Very few people are like Paul McCartney, where I don't know if they're more famous now, but even now he's not as famous as he was. You know? I saw a ridiculous video on X of girls doing show jumping while riding a broomstick hobby horse. It looked like the jumpers and the crowd were taking it seriously because it could be really funny. And maybe the crowd was told to take it seriously. Or maybe they were looking at it as a serious thing. Maybe they were PETA aficionados. And they didn't, and they wanted to be against the use of animals. How about that? Maybe that's what it's all about. They are celebrating their 50th anniversary tour. Yeah, I mean, well, let's say they were 20 when they started this whole thing. They're only 70. How old am I? I'm almost 70 years old. You'll always be Galactus to me, Warmellian, Wanton Melons. I'm a lot of people these days. What are you saying, Warmellian? I don't understand what people are saying. I'm trying my best to hold on. I'm trying my best to hold on. Don't go anywhere right now. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Is the other son, is he heading out the door? Everybody, can we go over to the stream and like the stream? Make sure we all like the stream. Didn't you see Ed Davey doing the exact same thing? Absolutely frightening. I didn't see that myself, but Ed Davey, whatever Ed Davey does is frightening because his party is frightening, and there's going to be three dead political parties in Britain out of five, maybe. 5 parties. The Lib Dems, New Labour, and the New Tories. There are 3 dead parties. It's going to be reform. I mean, it's shocking that the Conservatives, reform is scheduled to get like 400 seats. The Greens are scheduled to get like 83 seats. And I think the Labour is polled to get only 7 seats. That's unbelievable. That's dead. That's like the Lib Dems. No one's going to take them seriously. Maybe they're not. Who knows what the story is? It doesn't. The fact is, they know it's not their leader that's causing this thing. It's their belief system. Everyone is a little confused right now, Lewis. It's a chain reaction of Carrie B's confusing me for Wantanai. Now he doesn't understand how he's being referred to in a conversation where I was him. I knew there was something going on. I knew it. Why did Lois Perry leave? I don't leave UKIP. UKIP's, I think, is a dead party too. I think. And she wanted to be a political. Maybe she wasn't allowed on a certain TV channel because she's in a UKIP. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she thought it was a sinking ship. Very pretty girl. Very nice to me, Lois Perry. Very nice. Cammy was fire yesterday, all over Rach. I don't know if we're allowed to say that. Rach, this is what Judel says. So this is not me, and I don't call her that, but I could. Rachel from accounts, like a rash. I was so proud of her. Yeah, but she's not the right person because she's not British. Not because she's black, but because she was not born here. She was raised somewhere else. We need heroes from this country. Who's going to be a hero? We need a local hero. That's another movie. We need somebody who was born and raised and looks, not even looks, but is British, who's going to fight for Britain because they feel it in their spilkus. I watched the whole thing 3 times, Joe. It got better each time. Yeah. Well, did she do a good job? Anybody could have done a good job against that guy. I saw the woman from Sky TV saying, "Are you going to apologize?" The supposed journalist, but she isn't the journalist. What's her name? The woman from Sky TV. She's exactly the right person, Lewis. Jenrick's constituency is 1 county over, and he is never, ever anywhere near it. What does that mean, 1 county over? What does it mean to be 1 county over? Jules. She isn't the right person. I mean, Jenrick is a bit closer to being the right person. She's not the right person. Peter Whittle died yesterday. Who is Peter Whittle? I made a comment on Lois because she was on Wooten's show agreeing with deportations, etc. And yet she said UKIP was too far right or something along those lines. I can't speak for her. I don't know what she's, I don't know what she's all about. I don't know what she's all about. I mean, I'm in favor of deportations. Don't deport me, please. Don't deport me, please. That's really sad about Peter Whittle. Janet is here. And she says, I'm a member of Reform. Yeah, well, Reform is doing really well in the polls. And the way the system is it's similar in because I forget what it's called, where people you vote in order to win. You basically have to win your district, but your districts are so small. Like in America, a district is like 800,000 or 900,000 people, a congressional district, whereas a district in Britain is 100,000 and less. Farage needs to leave Reform. If Reform wants to go get anywhere. Possibly. I don't know. I mean, he could be like Donald Trump and really have a flowering. He has spoken up concisely, and I think he's the kind of person that people like. He seems privileged, and that's what British people like, that he deserves to be prime minister. Kerry Macca is here. Hey, everyone. Long time no speak. Hello, Lewis. Hope you're keeping well. Thank you for coming. You're only an hour late. Shame on you. Keith Bexley says something. Yeah, I really think Reform just needs to play it safe, keep their head down, and not associate with people who may give them bad impression, even if they are right, and we have to win the next election. Well, that's where you're making a mistake, because it's like we're in a state of war. We need people to speak up and to know. It's like they were constantly asking Americans, and as you might know, I'm an American. Is Donald Trump doing what you voted for? And the answer is yes. Yes, because maybe it's not everybody, but he is speaking out, and eventually, like what's happening in America, I think, I'd like to believe more people are coming along with Donald Trump. I saw that vid, Joe, says Judels, and he got a rinsed for it, which shows exactly the state we're in. But he's not a good guy. Peter Whittle began the New Culture Forum. They promote the views most of us hold. An excellent channel. Okay, I've been told I've got to look at the New Culture Forum before. Other times, forum. That's very, very interesting. He lived near you, Carrie B, on Shooter's Hill. That's important news for people who live in Eastbourne and Lincoln and Chester and Cheltenham. He did a good documentary on Bournemouth and how it has fallen into the diversity crowd. Who are you talking about, Ron Smith? Who are you talking about? Okay, I've lost the thing. Is Lucy here? Peter. Okay, Peter did that. He did a thing. Let's take a look at what he looks like so we know what he looks like. How about that? I'll put this up here. Peter Whittle. He was a member of the London Assembly. Oh, okay. I know what he looks like. Everybody take a look at what... There you go. Greater Lying in Hospital in Waterloo, London, or in Peckham. I don't know if there was Greater Lying in Hospital is in Peckham. Okay. He was Brexit Alliance. David Curtin, who I've met. David Curtin. And hung out with a bit. I mean, this is what happens when you live a long life and do, I meet a lot of people. It's unbelievable. And most of it is true. He was a writer. UKIP. New Culture Forum, 2006. Think Tank. He's openly gay. We can't have openly gay. We got to have people who are not gay. Having tons and tons of kids who are going to fight. He was diagnosed with esophageal cancer as a oh my God. As a consequence, brought forward his marriage. I mean, I believe in love. He died. Oh my God, he died yesterday. You were right. I totally didn't think about that. That's so sad. That is really, really, really sad. Okay. I mean, it's not that I'm against homosexuality. I personally believe in it. I believe in love. If you could find love, wherever you find love, we have to find love. But we need families and we need kids and women. And I'm going to say this here. You're not going to believe what I'm going to say. But we have to treat women better. And women need love. They don't need to know that their husband is going out with some guy, where they're with some women. And women don't feel that there's any guys out there for them. So, and homosexuality is basically, it's the only excuse you can give for why you're not going out with a woman. And it's not, I don't think it's right. Do you disagree with me, everybody? Have we discussed this before? I think we have. If you want to be gay in your own time, privately. Privately gay, secretly gay. Are you I met Curtin a couple of years ago, Ron Smith. Yeah. I met him too, and I believe he is. I'm not going to say what I think he is, because maybe he told me, but maybe he hasn't told other people. Anyway, are you reactionary? Yes, I am a reaction. I'm reacting to and we all are. We're reacting to the times we live in today. I hadn't thought about homosexuality until I realized nobody's having kids. So that's why we shouldn't have it. Or we should have it secretly or privately or something. And women are unhappy. And it's not good when you've got a world of unhappy women, which I have actually made women unhappy. Oh, God, I'm sorry, Carrie B. It was entirely my fault back there. I did indeed cause the confusion with war. Okay, you did. All right, you did, but that's all right. Nobody's yelling at you. Peter Whittle lived several doors down from Boy George and his family. Does Boy George, where Boy George was raised? You know, I mean, I saw Boy George perform when he was like a nothing up in up at the in Edinburgh at the Science Museum. This big bloat of government spending. It's not even a science museum. What is the museum called in there? Science Museum, Edinburgh. But it's not the Science Museum. It's called something else, Forbidden Planet. Do you know what it's called? Dynamic Earth. Dynamic Earth. I saw him perform at the Dynamic Earth. Can you see that? The Dynamic Earth. I mean, I don't know whether you find that interesting either. Nobody find it interesting. He may have been openly gay, but he never went on about it like he was a victim, as some do. He upheld proper English virtues. Well, I think if you're a victim, you should go on about it. I mean, I don't know if that's a proper English thing. But did he marry? Did he have children? Did he make women happy? That's what we need. I am actually, you're probably saying, Lewis, what an absolute hypocrite you are. What an absolute hypocrite you are. You don't make women happy. Women don't like the way you treat them. Look at your ex-wives. You've been bad. Or one wife and one almost a wife. No one is right for me. The experiment may finally be over. We have to learn to, and women have to learn to be loving towards men and create a lovely home life. Joe. Joe. Boy George went to jail for chaining a rent boy, horrible term, to a radiator and beating him. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I have not forgotten that. I mean, is it true? Is it true? You know, a lot of times I myself enjoy being chained to the radiator. I enjoy that. Thank you, Joodles, for that information. Keith Bexley says, yeah, 100% Fatanai. I never knew and never cared. I see Lewis's point, but I don't think too many people are bothered by it. What is the point about homosexuality? Yeah, they don't see it, but homosexuality is a globalist, anti-white, anti-European sentiment. You know, not sentiment. It causes white people, which I did not grow up as being white, but I guess I am white now. As it's killing white people. It's killing white people. John Miller says, hold on. Lucy's here. Hello, Lucy. She's laughing at Joodles. Good to see you, beautiful, beautiful Lucy. Yeah, 100% white tonight. I never knew and never cared. I see Lewis's point. Oh, I've just read that before. I was shocked when I found out about Boy George, that Boy George was gay. B.I. Baracus was flabbergasted when he found out. Who is B.A. Baracus? Is he the guy from whatever that program is, what was it called? What was the program called, B.A.? What was it called? Mr. T. Mr. T was in the A-Team. That is right. The A-Team. The A-Team. It was... Carrie B says, I went to school with him and worked with him in the 80s. Yeah, so there you go. Carrie B is a lot like Lewis Schaffer. You meet a lot of interesting people if you keep your eyes open and you live next to them. Lucy Van Pelt, he made women happy by not marrying one and lying to her. I did not lie to her. I did lie to her. I did lie to her. I did lie. I'm a liar. I have lied to women and men. I am lying right now. I'm lying to you people. Sometimes you have to lie to people. Lucy Van Pelt. I agree with you. I'm a liar. He's now a fully paid up member of the Troon Club because he's got an album coming up. A filthy human being. Is this what is you're talking about Boy George? Yeah, well, Boy George, because he chained another gay person up, he's got to be super nice. Jesus, Lewis, Peter Whittle may have been openly gay, but he never went on about it like he was a victim, as some do. Okay, what happened there? Did you rewrite that? Yeah, I'll read that again. Yes, I reread it once before. I'll read it again. Peter Whittle may have been openly gay, but never went on about it. But the fact is, was Peter Whittle a genius of a guy? Probably he was. You can just see he's the best of Britain, Peter Whittle, possibly. And he could have made one or more women very happy. And he could have created British children to fight for Britain. John Van Dam says, Peter, this is not likable of me. Is this what I'm saying not likable? I'll ask Joodles. People used to say I was gay. I say I'm not. Neither is my boyfriend. Old joke, John, but a good one. Societal structure has been systematically destroyed, Ron Green. Yes, you're right. And homosexuality has helped destroy it. And I don't care. I'll say it. You know, should gay people be arrested for being gay or killed or anything or treated badly or not being offered a job? No, they shouldn't be. But we should realize how important it is for families to be created, for women to be made happy, and men to be made happy too. So that's what I agree with, Rod. Good to see you again. Thank you for coming in, Rod. Joodles, I don't think George likes me because I am far too honest and upfront. Well, maybe you and me, Carrie B, are similar type people. That we're just too upfront, and you don't realize that people, no matter where you are, don't like it. Or maybe you're too sensitive like me, Carrie B. Joodles, yeah, so Lucy is right about me being a liar. You know I'm a liar. I lie about it. And sometimes you have to lie to people. Somebody says, why don't you love me? You can't tell them the truth over and over and over again. You can't tell them the truth over and over and over again. Maybe you can. Maybe that's my mistake. You should tell people the truth. I don't know. What am I supposed to say? Boy George was in episodes of A-Team and an on-screen rapport. Oh, this is what you're talking with B.A. Baracus or Mr. T. Yeah, I guess he did. And what am I right about, Joodles? Please explain. Please explain. He doesn't like me either, Carrie B. He blocked me on Twitter. A lot of people block people, like Andrew Doyle. He's always blocking people. I don't block anybody, really. I don't block anybody unless you're like really angry at me, and you know, then I'll say I don't need to see this. But if you want to argue with me, you can. If you want to call me a liar, Joodles, or Lucy, or anti-gay, I think you're anti-gay. You call me a misogynist, whatever you call me, as long as I don't know. As long as I think we got to be nice to each other. I think Boy George started it all. I remember as a child assuming he was a woman, and my older brother telling me he was a boy who liked dressing as a girl. I was flabbergasted, says Kermit. Age 9. Yes. 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 It was shocking back then. He was very brave. And it took a lot of... I remember... I mean, who was the bravest guy? I mean, maybe... What's his name was the bravest? Elton John for actually admitting it. You know, everything I say, Joodles, is a lie. Everything I say. But everything I say, I believe at the time. I believe at the time. And some things, yeah, I'm a liar. Are you a liar, Joodles? I don't know. I don't think so. But if somebody asked you, then people would say, Lewis, you're very honest. People say this to me. You're very honest. And I go, no, I'm not. I'm not honest. Carrie B, who are you talking about? Who he had many, he may have had children. Are you talking about Peter Whittle? Probably did, because he wanted to be a politician, whatever. And back in the day, they got married. Do you remember seeing the episode with the liberal Democratic guy, Jeremy Thorpe? That brilliant movie with Jeremy Thorpe. Judel says, we don't need to call you a liar, Lewis. You have admitted it many times. I am a liar. I mean, all comedians are liars. All jokes could be considered lies. It's an alternate reality. Like if I say what I'm saying, I mean, people, I don't know. I never said you were a liar, Lewis. I was saying Peter Whittle wouldn't be making a woman happy by marrying one and living a lie. Yes, he would not be. He would not be. So, but, like, you can still love a woman and have gay, possibly. I don't know. Possibly. You could. No, you couldn't. But if you're like, what do you think about that? Is it possible to be married and have a gay life while you're with your wife, and you're having sex with your wife and you're making her happy, and you really love your wife? Let's say you love your wife. She's the mother of your children. She's giving you something precious. She's a good mother and she loves you. But you sometimes go out and have sex with men. Is that possible? I'm asking a serious question. I appreciate that, Joodles, and I'm still with you. I am with you, Joodles. Did anyone hear, okay, HEAR, about my lockdown album? Here are some of the tracks. It's My Party and I'll Lie If I Want To, by Boris, okay. My Old Man Said, Follow Van Tam. Follow Van Tam, Woody Lockdown. What is that song? What song is that based on? Vatanai, but that's funny. Can you imagine being married to that guy? He's so ugly. He's like so ugly. Okay, I didn't mean to correct you. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy every one of you people is here. Bowie started it all. I would have to agree with you. But he didn't come out and say he was gay. Did he come out and say he was gay? I don't think he did. But he was very, or maybe not Mark Almond. Who's the other guy? He also was an early one. But the guy from T-Rex, what's his name? Lewis. It's Bona to Vida to your dolly old ek again. It's Bona de Vida to your dolly old ek again. Dolly old ek again. Dolly old ek. Alfie Cap. I don't know what that means. The guy who decoded the Enigma machine, Turin, was gay. I don't know if that's the way you spell his name. Was gay and persecuted for it, even though he invented the first computer and went a long way to winning World War II. Yeah, the world has changed. People, the world has changed. Who has seen the Jeremy Thorpe story on the BBC? I haven't. I can't watch it anymore because I'm not paying. Mark Bolan, thank you, Janet. Emmerdale, they're all gay. Some relationships can be very complicated. says Joe. Yes, they can be. You could be in love with a gay guy who loves you, who maybe sometimes doesn't love you, but loves you. I don't believe. I'm trying to love. I'm trying to love. I'm trying to love. When I hurt people, it makes me upset. I want to love, but I also have, Alan Turing. That's how you spell it. He did not invent computers, says Six Badges. But he was gay, right? I don't know if that's true. He wasn't gay with me. My old man said, Follow the Van was a music hall vaudeville. My old man said, Follow the Van was a music hall vaudeville song. Witty Lockdown is a piss take of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Okay. And I want to thank you, Vatanai, for having the energy to explain. It wasn't that obvious to me. Was Vatanai's joke at 6:37 obvious? Well, it wasn't at 6:37. It wasn't at 6:37. When was that joke told? When was that joke told? It was told at 6:33. Was it obvious? It wasn't obvious. Tommy Flowers probably invented computers, but we'll never know, says Kermit. Who is Tommy Flowers? Alfie. Carrie B says, if the BBC had known what Kenneth Williams was saying in Round the Home, it would have been banned. Julian and Sandy. Well, what's his name? What's the guy's name? Yeah. Maybe. He was great. He was actually great. If you want to see something really heartbreaking, watch what Kenneth Williams speaking about the Elephant and Castle destruction. Kenneth Williams, Elephant and Castle destruction. I mean, I saw it, just recently. Well, not that recently, but I mean, last 10 years. The New York Dolls were not gay, but you think they were. Glam rock punks. I love the New York Dolls. I loved the New York Dolls. Tommy Flowers was the telephone engineer who actually invented the Enigma machines from his own pocket. Okay, we're learning something here. Now I've heard of that guy. I'm not going to remember it. I'm going to write it down and never look at it again. Tommy Flowers. I'm not going to eat anything after this. I can't stand innuendo. If I see one in the script, I whip it out immediately. That's a good joke. That is a really good joke, Six Badges. I can't stand that Kenneth Williams said he was really funny, but he also cared about the Elephant and Castle and the destruction of the elephant and castle. More stuff my mom loves, says Carrie B. Okay. You're such a child, Lewis. Why am I a child? Because I laugh at those kind of, I like those. That's what Britain is famous for, is jokes like that. America's not famous for jokes. I mean, every joke is a joke like that. You could raise your hand and go, I didn't mean it. That's what I mean. I'm a liar. I'm not a liar. Am I a liar? After the war, he was awarded £100 for his service, barely covering his costs, and was never allowed. Remember, £400 back, £100 back then was the equivalent of £400 with the exchange, $400 or something, which is the exchange rate. And it was like you could buy a house for $400. 400. Maybe it's true. Okay. And he was never allowed to tell anyone that he invented, so he was unable to get funding for his computer. Yeah. Thank you, Joodles. It's nice for us to have a laugh. It's good to have a laugh. We got a lot of funny people here. What are you doing? Can you bring in a donut?
Get your own fucking donut.
I'm on the TV here.
You're gonna eat a donut in front of them.
Yes.
Until after.
Could you cut it in half, and I'll just have half?
No donut left.
Did you eat all 3 donuts?
No, do you want the half that's left over?
Yes, please. This is the last thing I'm eating. is this donut. No more donuts. Sorry, Kermit. I'm going to eat a donut. How do you say no to a donut? It's unbelievable. And these are custard donuts. These are some of my favorite donuts. They're not my favorites because I don't think custard... Oh, thank you very much. What a lovely boy. They're one of my favorite. They don't have enough cream in the inside. I think you got these at Co-op. And I don't think custard is a strong enough flavor for a donut. What do you guys think? Do you think it's strong enough? Was the Enigma machine not German then? That's right, the Enigma machine was German. Thank you for paying attention, John Miller, because I forgot that. The Enigma machine was the UK invention that cracked the German U-boat codes. I thought the machine was... Oh, my God. The Enigma machine was the UK invention that cracked... Was it really 6 badges? Wasn't the Enigma machine the machine that we had to capture one of them? My son says, Judith, my son says that. It doesn't look good. Can you see this? Sorry, okay, Kermit changed. But who was the person who said, wasn't it, get your own fucking donut? I'm doing a show here. This is the most important thing in the world. Who said Enigma machine was German? Who said that? Who was the first person to say that? John Miller. John Miller gets a rubber stamp. Everybody, thank you, John Miller. Okay, thank you very much. It doesn't look good. I know it doesn't look good. It's really hard to go off the carbs. It's a battle. It's a battle. And when I go and work, when I'm on making the movies, I'm not getting fatter, but I'm eating more carbs, which isn't good. 6 badges says it wrong. Well, thank you very much, 6 badges. Thank you very, very much. So Kermit goes back and says he invented the Colossus machine that cracked the Enigma code. And the Enigma code was quite complicated, really. Wasn't it complicated? It was like 26 by 3 by 3, something. It was really complicated. How do you... carbs are shit, Judel says. They will kill you. Stop eating them. Mwah. Shoves a custard donut in. I'm a liar and a hypocrite, and I'm undisciplined. And I don't care about myself enough. I need to care about myself more. And I need to care about you people. You need a super fit and sexy Lewis Schaffer. Tell him, Carrie B says, tell him to bring in a donut without using hands. Ring donuts, I mean. To bring in a donut without using hands. Well, I don't know what that means. This is not a ring donut. I know. Thank you, Jules. Okay, that's all. It was just half. It was half of a donut. And it's rude for me to be eating. Yeah, I'm rude. I'm rude. But if you people out there, and you know how hard it is to stop eating carbs, you know how hard it is to stop eating, you know how hard it is to lose weight. It's so hard to stop being a fat piece of POS, whatever. It's really hard. Because even me, who's been doing this for 8 years of dieting, from September 2000, September 2018 to now. That's 7 years. Wait, 18. No, 17. 2017 to now. Telling the producer to carry the ring donuts without using his hands is the rude part. Oh, you mean like to put it on his pee-pee? When you're 79 kilograms tomorrow, it's your own fault. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It will be my own fault. I will have gained, I was at 77, I will have gained 4 pounds in a week. In a week. Really, really bad. Yeah, let's pray. We're going to pray. We're going to pray. We're going to pray that we can stick to our diets. What you want me to, you know what it is? It's like, you know, those people who don't eat and they have no trouble not eating. They just don't eat and they're super skinny. How can they teach us how to be thin? They can't. But every single moment of my life is a battle. You invoked prayers. We're gonna pray. Pray for Lewis Schaffer to be healthy. That's what the prayer is gonna be. Prayer for good diet. That's, I think, very important. Eating carbs in front of us. In a bold. Yeah, it's bold. It's not bold. It's just, is it bold? It is bold. Pray Lewis is less than 79 tomorrow. No. Because I've done wrong. I know I've done wrong. I should not have eaten what I've eaten. I had a plate of rice. I had 2 trifles, Tesco strawberry trifles. I had 2 apples. I'll write everything down that I had. It was unbelievable. What did Lucy say? Did I miss with Lucy? Have you ever had a gravy ring? No, but I think I know what you mean. No. And if I ever did, I would lie. And you would say, I actually have proof that you've had a gravy ring. I'm dyslexic. I'm on the no crabs diet, says Carrie B. There you go. It's a good joke. In World War II, the Americans used Native Americans. Yes, they did, on the radio in their own languages. The Germans didn't have the first clue what was being said. Yeah, they were speaking in Navajo. It was the Navajo Indians. And they didn't know. They didn't have a Navajo speaker there. Or maybe that's what they said that they did. I've read that many places. Jules is laughing at Lucy. There you go. Lucy's very funny. Do you want me to look up what that means? Do you all know what a gravy ring is? I don't know. I think it has to do with something down below. Possibly, I guess. Or does it? I don't know. In the next war, just explain everything to Lewis and have him communicate to our enemies. Imagine how confused they would be. Yeah, you're probably right. Yes. Yeah. I want people to be confused. I want to be able to speak the truth, but get out of saying the truth. The truth can sometimes hurt people's feelings, you know. But I'm sure we don't this before. We've done this before, Lucy. He doesn't remember. I think we have, says Lucy. What have you done? Let's go. I'm going to have to Google it. No, Lewis, a gravy ring in Northern Ireland is what you might call a ring donut in England. Is that true? A gravy ring. I don't believe. What does that mean? I don't know why. Why would it mean that? We have done this before, laugh out loud. I don't remember that. A ring. I'm going to go up here and look, but I'm not going to let you see what I'm looking at. Gravy ring is a term used for a ring-shaped donut. A name comes from the archaic term for cooking oil. It refers to a classic deep-fried donut with a hole, not a food dish with actual gravy. Okay, well, I thought it maybe meant something to do with the, I don't even want to say what it is. I'm too polite to say what it is. Okay, it says that. Okay, well, at least you explained it to me. Keith Bexley's here. I don't remember this being explained. Was an old word for cooking fat. Gravy was an old word for cooking fat. It's like you're a separate country up there. Over there, up there. You people. Gravy. 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 Okay. Okay. Well, where was the ring donut invented? Let's go look at this. Where was the ring donut invented? Okay. Well, I'll let you see this thing. Let's go here. And then we gotta go before I get was invented by American ship captain Hanson Gregory, who punched a hole in the center of the dough to ensure it cooked evenly. He reportedly used a tin pepper box to make the hole and taught the technique to his mother to solve the problems of donuts cooking unevenly. Who invented, can you see this? Hold on. Who invented cooking dough in oil? The exact individual is unknown and lost to history. Mesopotamia? I mean, there wasn't that much oil back in the day. Deep frying. I think historically there's been a lot of deep frying, but it's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Okay, we're going to say a prayer. Is everybody going to say a prayer? What are we going to say a prayer to? Try blue waffle, Lewis. Is that a joke too? Let me see what blue waffle is. Don't speak to me because we're ending the show. Blue waffle. Meaning. An internet hoax is not a real medical condition. The myth originated from a graphic, digitally altered image that circulated online, falsely claiming to show a diseased blue-colored female genitalia. Blue waffle myth debunked. Blue Waffles is an internet host. A quick search found many videos, blogs, posts erroneously claim that blue waffles disease is a sexually transmitted infection that turns vaginal areas blue. This is not a real infection. Well, there you go. It's a myth. You know I don't believe in germs and this stuff. Anyway, so I'm going to thank you all, and we're going to say a prayer. We're going to say a prayer, and we'll see you at 10. Will we see you at 10:30? I'll see you at 10:30 tonight. Okay? I'll see you at 10:30. Okay? Speaking of rings, I don't want to read that, Carrie B. I'll read that later. Don't everybody stop writing because I'm not going to read anything that you say. The only thing I'm going to read is when I thank everybody. If I've left your name off, I'm going to thank everybody. First, I'll say the prayer. Dear Lord, our creator of us here on earth, of the earth, and of the world that the earth, the universe of the earth is in, the solar system, everything that's out there. We are working to make ourselves better people. And one of the ways we work on being better people is by controlling what we eat. We know, dear Lord, that donuts are not good for us because they're a mixture of fat, not even fat, they're a mixture of toxic seed oils because they're not even cooked in fat. They're cooked in seed oils like corn oil or soybean oil or rapeseed oil with carbs. Carbs are sugars of all kinds. Starches are just chains of sugars. We know that, Lord. But we don't know how we can say no. It's so difficult for us to say no to the bountiful, plentiful, lovely carbs that are in this world. The rice carbs, the potato carbs, the bread carbs, the donut carbs. Today I had a donut. Each one of us probably have eaten things that we shouldn't have eaten, that make us gain weight, that make us that raise our blood sugar level, that causes every known disease. You've made it easy for us to know what causes disease. What we're asking you, dear Lord, is to give us the strength and the knowledge to fight off temptation for sin, the sin of the carbs. The sin of the carbs. So, dear Lord, please, please, give each one of us, give Ron Smith and Caribbean and Joodles and Lucy and Kermit and Claire, each one of us in our weakest moments, Russ, weakest moments, okay? Give each one of us strength to say no. MC Scott to say no. Joe to say no. Kate to say no. Because each one of us has to fight off carbs. Most of us. And while you're at it, please pray. Was it Donna who needed help to eat more? But the rest of us, we need help to ignore the sugary, carby foods. We thank you. Amen. Thank you, Kate Quinn, for being here. Keith for being here. Lucy for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Did I say thank you, Keith, Janet, Vatanai, Warmelian? Thank you. Thank you for coming in. We'll see you at 10:30. Ron Smith, 10:30. I'll be here. I'm exhausted, completely exhausted. I got like no sleep. And I'm trying. Gnome Hunter, I appreciate it. And I hope to see you again. I hope Prado just dropped in. He just said hello. Johnny Van Dam was brilliant today. Even if you're just watching is amazing. While we're here, can each one of you go over and like and subscribe? Like and subscribe. Go in the Discord if you need to communicate with somebody. You can communicate with people directly at the Discord. Be nice. You're all going to be nice. You're lovely people. Is there any person in this group who's not a lovely person? Is there anyone? No, I don't think there is. I'm looking over the names. You are lovely, lovely people, and you've made me feel at home in this country. Okay? So thank you very much. So we'll, Carrie B, thank you very much. So we'll see you tonight at 10:30. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to keep the stream going for 2 extra minutes at the end for you to write down 6 badges. Love you. To write down your name if I haven't given you the praise that you need, and maybe ask the Lord to give you praise for coming in. Subscribe. That's the bell. Subscribe. Ring the bell. Smash the bell. Whatever they say. Okay. There you go. Johnny Van Dam. Thank you very much. Alfie Cap. Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, I think I've said thank you to everybody. Thank you very much, Noam. I try to be a good character. I don't try to be a good character. I just don't try to be a bad character. Richard Hawkins. Good evening, Lewis. Hope you're well and good Thanksgiving. I also like any station as I come in. That's what you should do. We will see you later, Richard. We're ending this show. We've been here for 90 minutes. Not well, more than that, maybe for 90 minutes. So we'll see you tonight at 10:30. Let's wave goodbye. I love you. I love you. I love you.